Call to order. There we go. I'll call to order our meeting here for Thursday, February 23rd, 2023 of the Greenwood Fire Department Merit Commission. First, do roll call. Steve Daunt.
Here.
Don Fouts.
Present.
Michael Tapp.
Here.
Matt Holmes, present. And Mike Watkins is not present. All right, move to our next order of business, the approval of our August 31st, 2022 minutes.
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I will approve the minutes from August 31st, 2022. Big business here, our next order of business, the election of our officers. So I guess we can start, is there a, I guess we'll start with president. Is there a nomination there?
Yeah, I'd like to nominate Steve Don. Sure, I'll second that.
I'm willing.
Uh,
Yeah, that's probably an important part.
Yeah.
I'm willing.
We'd already had a discussion earlier. That's why I was okay with it.
All those in favor, Steve Don as our president for the next year? Aye, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Steve, congratulations.
Thank
you. I think we'll be in good hands.
When I came on, it seemed like we kind of moved it around, right? So everybody got a little experience in the hot seat. So,
Well, especially the new day. All right, and then we also have to do vice president too, correct? That's our other.
Well, and now that you've nominated, if you've elected Mr. Duck, he now assumes the chair. He may now run for the remainder of the meeting.
immediately past the chair. That's quick, Shauna.
I didn't even remember that part. Only been a year.
So with that in mind, I think the next order of business is nomination for our vice president position. Any nominations for vice president?
I'll nominate Don Fouts.
Second.
We have a nomination and a second for Don Fouts as the vice president of the Merit Commission. Further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes. I think it's the only two officers we have, is it not, Shauna?
Secretary.
Secretary, I apologize. So we'll accept nominations for the position of secretary of the Merit Commission. Okay, we have nomination for Mike Tapp, let's say that's by,
Yeah, say by me.
nominated by Don Fouts,
Second.
seconded by Matt Holmes. Further discussion on the nomination of Mike to secretary. Seeing none, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Next item on business is old business before the board. I don't believe we had any carryover business from previous meetings. Any old business from the membership?
No.
Any old business from the fire chief? Council?
No, sir.
Okay, seeing that, doesn't look like we have any old business. Under new business, I believe we have an update from Chief Coy.
Yeah, good afternoon. I just want to provide you guys, if you don't already know, a lot of moving parts in the fire department within the last probably 30 days. So pursuant to your guys' direction, we've actually hired 6 firefighters from the current list. That 6th firefighter will start March 6th, and that will put us at full capacity on every apparatus as a career firefighter. As you probably know, Fire Chief Darren Hoggett and Battalion Chief Larry Rockwell have officially retired. That will potentially open up openings as they progress forward. The mayor has interviewed fire chiefs last week. If that fire chief is chosen from the outside, we won't hire a new merit firefighter from that. If it's chosen from inside and the promotions move forward, we'll look to hire another person off of that. Okay. Speaking of that, since Battalion Chief Rockwell retired, I got permission through administration and pursuant to your guys' last meeting that I did make an offer to the next person on the list. Remember his name? Harless? Clay Harless. And I don't know where he falls on the list. I'd have to go back and look at the minutes.
Number 10.
Number 10. So I did make an offer for him, a conditional offer. He did accept it. So he is now going through that process of getting his perk physical.
And was that your 6th, chief?
No, that would be the 7th. That would be to replace Battalion Chief Rockwell.
Okay.
Okay. Even more business. As of today, the end of business today, Alex Martinez is leaving the organization. He is accepting a job with the Indianapolis Fire Department. So he is one of our full-time members. So that will leave an opening there. So after today, I'll be consulting with city administration to offer the next person on the list of potential conditional offer. So as you can see, we have a lot going on. And I have spoken to the mayor and the deputy mayor as assistant chief, and not knowing who the next chief is going to be. I have held off on promoting battalion chief. I feel like that's not my position to do. That needs to be the next person. But obviously when that domino happens, there's going to be promotion of probably an officer and another hiring, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
And with that said, that will potentially put us at like 11 or 12 on the current hiring list. So I expect very soon, in consultation with Chief Burgess, that we'll be coming back before you to request a new hiring process. Probably late spring, if not early summer. We'll see how that plays out. So I would entertain any questions from the commission if you have any of me.
I had a question. You'd said that with the hiring of these 6 right now, it allows you to fill all the seated positions that are authorized.
That's correct.
But that isn't any additional for sick days, PTO days, anything like that currently?
Right. What we're going to actually do, what we've moved toward is we did not feel in the right mind of terminating our part-time firefighters. And so we still have 11 part-time firefighters on staff. What we've allowed them to do is if a career person is off on PTO, we're allowing that part-time person to sign up and backfill that position.
Okay. That makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, and we'll see how that goes. I have not looked at the numbers yet as far as how much spring break's coming up. That'll be a hotbed as far as backfilling. So we'll see how those numbers pan out.
Did we talk with Chief Hoggett last year? Again, I'm asking either group. Wasn't there a captain's process, or did we finish that one last year and there's nothing else on the agenda right now?
There was I don't know what the expiration date on that, but whether it was Gabe Newman was promoted off that list. I believe there's one other person left on that list, but I do not know off the top of my head when that expires.
Okay. Any other questions from the membership to the chief? Anything else, chief?
Is anybody going to address our situation in regards to the commission seat? Would you like to do that, Sean? What we talked about today? Yeah. So yeah, I would like for Shauna to speak. So much like Matt, his position on the commission was up and nominated by the council. Mike Watkins is our representative, and after this meeting is actually up for re-election. So I met with Shauna today. She can talk to you about that process.
Right, it's the understanding that Mr. Watkins is not interested. I mean, he's too busy to serve again, so there will have to be an election by the active members of the fire department to make the second selection. There are not any detailed procedures that have been adopted by the Board of Works and Safety for that. My statute, they're charged with calling the meeting to do that election and setting any procedures. So we anticipate after meeting on Monday, February 27th, they're going to adopt procedures so that it's clear this is proposed. You're going to have a meeting, you're going to do nominees. There's going to be a background check and an election. So that should happen. And that would be provided to all the active members and posted, so everybody knows what's happening. But anticipate that. The statute and the ordinance says you are supposed to fill a vacancy within 30 days. So in that process, but you're supposed to give at least 21 days notice of any election. So they're gonna have to get started next week trying to get the nominating meeting and get the election done within the 30 days. But that will be coming, so by the time we have the next meeting, you will have your 5th member.
Does the body have to take any action at all for the firefighters to start that process?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Actually charge the safety board to make sure those elections are done, so we should actually. Lots of that should be kind of handled for safety.
And then once that's done, we don't need to, that person would just be seated whenever we have our next scheduled meeting. We don't have to schedule a meeting just for that
Correct.
purpose
They
to
said,
seat.
now, have your 5th member, and they would attend the next meeting, and this time, that's a 4-year appointment. When you went to we eliminated the prior board and went to the mayor commission, the electeds on the fire department, you had 2. One was a 4-year, one was a 2-year, so that they were staggered and didn't always expire at the same time. After that initial 2-year, then that becomes a 4-year appointment, so this would be a 4-year, so they would just be expiring and alternating like 2 years apart. So that you don't have them expiring at the same time. So if you have questions, let me know. Happy to answer them.
Any questions from membership?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Shoot, I almost said Chief Don. Chief, November 28th, 23rd of 2023 is the expiration of the captain's list.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Expiration.
Captain's list, current captain's list. Any other new business from the mayor commission? Okay, seeing none, discussion of next meeting. I don't believe we have to schedule the next meeting. We don't have anything in front of us right now, do we? Unless,
Call meetings as needed.
yeah, chief needs to initiate a hiring process or promotional process. So as of right now, we'll leave it as an unscheduled meeting, waiting for any issues that need to come before the body. That, okay. With that, we'll accept a motion to adjourn. Right here. Moved by Don Fouts,
Second?
second by Matt Holmes. All those in favor of adjournment, saying aye.
All right.
We're adjourned.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Brad,
Sir.
I have a question for you. What's your cell number, please?
317 508 5770.